Listen to this episode if you are trying to increase your sales ASAP and you want to learn the strategy that I would implement in order to do so. Hello, welcome to the Small Business Growth Podcast. I'm your host, Madison Page. I like to teach in a fun, conversational type of way. I like to call it like sipping coffee with a biz bestie, where you are truly sitting across the table from me, sipping your coffee and learning things about business. If you actually want to chat face to face, you can check out YouTube and you can actually watch this episode right on YouTube and we can have this lovely conversation together. This episode is a coaching session episode, which means it is a question submitted by one of you, by one of the listeners that we are chatting about. I've been saving this one, all right? I love this question, but I have been saving it for a little while and I just want to really dive in, and I want to preface it with, I'm not here to fearmonger you by any means, but the lovely thing about business is it should give you some sort of income security. It should give you control over the money that you make in your life. When you own your own business, you know that a lot of your input is what gives you the output, is what gives you the actual sales, gives you the income that you're looking at. And the most wonderful thing about business is you can control the income that you make. And of course, there's external factors, there's the economy, there's other things that can always go into this. But at the end of the day, if you know strategy, you should be able to say, okay, I want to make extra dollars this month. I want to do these different things. And we have strategies in your back pocket that we can implement in order to make that happen. That's exactly what we're talking about today. This was submitted by Jules. She submitted it a little while ago. So sorry, Jules, I've been sitting on it. I've been really thinking about it. And she said, we just had some major expenses and I really need to make some extra money this month in my business. I make around $1,500 a month in product sales right now. What is the quickest way for me to increase that? Now, if you're talking short term, I have a different answer than if I'm saying you're trying to build this business for longevity. Now, I talk a lot about community building. I talk a lot about building a business forever that will last, that has this ride or die loving community around it. Now, community at the end of the day will allow you to sell something and almost always make sales. Like, it will allow you, if you're watching on YouTube, I have a hair on my face. It will allow you to really be able to sell whenever you want. And so when you have that community, you know people are there and you know people would be ready to buy from you if it is something that you put out. Like, you know they're there, you know they're excited, you know they're ride or die, you know they're going to be there when you're selling, but you still need to know how to sell. And something that I see, and I've been talking about it a lot because of my new program, the Product Launch Academy, is if you're trying to increase your sales nearly immediately, learning how to launch properly, run sales properly, and have like product pushes is the number one thing to take your income into your own hands so you can hit those, whether you just have sales goals. I just got a DM right before I sat down this and she said, it's the 12th of the month. She said, I have $2,000 in sales right now. My goal is $5,000. Here's my plan in order to do it. She said, I'm crossing my fingers. And I said, girlfriend, you're not crossing your fingers. You are strategized and you are making it happen. There's a very big difference there. And she has set herself this goal. So whether you are like, I need to make $1,500 to cover expenses, or I just really want to hit this $5,000 this month, or you just have these sales goals, whatever that might be, if you are trying to say, okay, I need to hit this, I want to do it ASAP, you need to really master the science and the art of launching sales and like product pushes, of you bringing energy to something in order to get people to buy. You've heard me say it before that sales is an energy exchange. Sales really is you bringing energy to something and people will bring it back. You need to bring that energy towards something and really understand what that marketing is in order to get there. So Jules, if you were to come to me with this, if you were to send me a DM on Instagram, you said, hey, I just had some major expenses. I really need to make extra money this month. What's the quickest way for me to increase from 1,500 to anything else above it? I would say we need to look at some sort of sales incentive, and whether that's a launch, whether that's a promotion of some sort of product, a discount, a free gift, or just like at the end of the day, pushing a certain product for a couple of days and having some sort of incentive around it, that is what I would do. I would find something that we can give anybody that purchases that's low cost. And if you don't have anything to launch, this is what I would do. Because at the end of the day, launches, I feel, are the easiest way to make more sales because you're selling to people, you're selling a completely new product to your same people. But no matter your audience, if we can bring some sort of energy around a product, around a sale, around a launch, is the easiest way for you to increase your sales when you really understand that promotional calendar. Really what it comes down to is understanding how to make sales when you need to make sales is your ultimate income security blanket. When you know how to sell and it turns into sales, when you know, okay, I'm trying to make $500 today, let's get out there and do it, then you are able to take your income into your own hands. Being a business owner is scary inherently when it comes to income because something can happen and this is your whole income and it's kind of on you. You're managing it. It's on you to really figure out what it is that everybody is doing, and like it is on you to make the money that you are going to pay yourself, especially when you're full time. And so what we really want to build is strategies that allow us to feel confident and to allow us to have security in our business. Businesses that have security understand how to sell no matter the season. Like the economy right now is a little spooky, all right? And some of my clients are still seeing record-breaking months because they understand how to sell and they understand how to break through the noise. Another major piece of building a business with security is building community around your brand so people absolutely love what you stand for. And another place to build security is really understanding and having a set schedule for your launches. So understanding how to sell, understanding that having a community is always going to help you, and a ride or die community, as well as having launches on a consistent basis, allowing yourself to have sales promotions and people can kind of come in from there. So Jules, for you, not knowing what you sell, I would recommend you have some sort of sales promotion in order to push and make more sales as soon as possible. I know you said you have some major expenses. I know that this was submitted a couple of months ago, but if you're still looking to do this, and even if anybody out there is looking and you're just saying, honestly, Maddie, I've just been plateaued at the same point, you need to learn how to launch and how to sell and how to have more product sales, how to take your sales and put it into your own control. So you know, okay, so for the next 3 to 5 days, I'm going to talk about these things and I'm going to try to make X amount of dollars, and you know how to do that. I had somebody come to me a couple of years ago. She had a business that was bigger than me at the time. And she said, I remember so plainly, and she has like a 7-figure business now and her business is huge and she does so well, I remember so plainly, she was like, I'm going to try to make $100,000 by the end of the month. And I was like, wow. And she was like, yeah, like, she's like, I just know like what I have to do is like, oh, I really just kind of want to buy this. So like, I want to buy a house. So like by the end of the month, I'm going to make X amount of dollars. I was like, damn, like I was like, do you have that like already set in stone? She was like, no, I'm just going to make it happen. And she was so plainly, she said that. And I said, how, like with all due respect, how can you say just so plainly that you know that can happen? She said, I know how to sell and I know if I can do these things that people will buy it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in order to do that. And it was something that was so eye-opening to me. And now that my business is where it's at and that I've launched so many things, that was years ago before I had like remotely the business that I have now, and the knowledge on a lot of these things is I can now see what she was saying. And where I don't make $100,000 a month, I can understand, let's say, let me implement these things and let me see these results at the end of the day. I want to make X amount of dollars, let me go and implement this, and that can happen for you. So if you want to have that income security, or you just want to be able to, it's okay to say that you're in your business to make money. Like, I think that's something that a lot of people are afraid to say for whatever reason, is that, they just want to make more money. I think there's a lot of guilt around that. And so it's okay if you're just like, no, I just want to make more money, or that you need to make more money. If it's a want or a need, we can take our income into our own hands by understanding how to have proper promotions, proper sales, proper launches, and actually kind of execute a sales and a marketing strategy that really blend super nicely, that allow your sales to happen super seamlessly, and they're in your own control. So like I said in the beginning, I'm not here to fearmonger you by saying you don't have control over your income or that this is scary, which is why I sat on this question, because I wanted to kind of think about how I could handle this without it feeling that way, because I never want to market in a way that feels like I'm like, oh my gosh, the economy's bad, you have to do these things in order to actually feel okay in life. But there are ways that this can be incredibly helpful, whether you just have goals, whether you are just trying to make extra money. By figuring out how to launch, by figuring out how to run sales, how to have free gifts, how to have sales incentives, and really running that well allows you to take control of your own income and make some extra money when you want to make extra money. And it allows you to make that extra money every single month once you master it. You can just implement it all the time. You're doing this thing and it allows you to make that money and keep building on top of it as well from there. If you want to learn a little bit more how to do this, I do have this new course called the Product Launch Academy. You can check out in the show notes and you can look at some information there. It's going to teach you A to Z how to do this. And really at the end of the day, it's understanding the psychology behind selling. It's understanding the consumer behavior. It's understanding how to build that energy on social media and how long to talk about things and what to talk about in order to get people to buy. That's exactly what we'll teach inside of this. You'll get a full done for you content calendar on launching. You will get so many resources and strategies and different trainings so you can take your income into your own hands. And when you want to make a little extra money, when you just have a launch and you're trying to sell out that launch, or if you are trying to hit a sales goal, we'll teach you exactly how to do that inside of the Product Launch Academy. It's on pre-sale until July 29th. Make sure you click the link in the show notes to check out the information and get the discounts before then. Otherwise, I still hope this was helpful for you to give you some examples of what to really master here. And Jules, if you're like, honestly, I just really want to do it right now, I would run a sale, run a promotion, find something that costs you pennies to do, probably not even a sale if you want to make the most amount of money. Find something that costs you pennies and then give it away as a free gift. Give it away as a free gift of some sort, but it's still a percentage, or it's still an incentive. It's still a free gift of some kind. You can go on Alibaba, you could go on Amazon, buy something that has a high perceived value, but it is a low cost to you, and have that be the incentive to get people to buy nearly immediately. That would be my short and sweet answer. You need to run some sort of promotion right now in order to get that. So I hope this was helpful for you, Jules. If you want to submit a question, anybody else listening, to have me answer it on one of our next episodes, you can click the link in the show notes as well and submit a question for me to answer live on one of our next podcasts. I hope you have a great day. Get out there, start taking control of your own income. I love you. I'm rooting for you, and I'm in your corner always. Click the link in the show notes to learn more about the Product Launch Academy.